Trying to click, yeah, without clicking it off.
All right. We're live. We're just going to give people a second to get out of the advertisements. Mine hasn't even started yet. Oh, there we go. Okay.
That's because it's slow. Then you got an ad for StreamYard. Go figure.
Go figure. Alrighty.
Oh, where do I find the number of likes and stuff? I covered it, didn't I?
Yeah, that's up near the live button over there.
Oh. Oh, shoot. There. Oh, crud. Okay.
There you go.
I'm getting it. I feel like Miss Lippy.
Oh. Now imagine trying to learn that all over again on a MacBook.
No.
That would be like Miss Lippy. All right. So
I'll just
we want
throw
to
it
say
away.
hello to Mind and Body Co., Miss Lippy, Jenny Pennington, Firefly Farm, Suburban Hillbilly, Dawn at All the Things Acres, Canadian, Veronica Hart, good to see you, welcome. Kiri at from the Rock Homestead, Ben's over at Suburban Hillbilly, Amy Bodo, KP Heathen, welcome. I don't know that I recognize your name. Welcome to the chat. So,
our sound is better tonight.
good. You know, last week we did a bunch of different stuff. We got a new Cat 5 cable. We got a new adapter. We're streaming off of Amy's computer.
We didn't buy anything new. I had all this extra, but
not sure what the problem was, but it
seems to be fixed.
We did a workaround if nothing else. Don't be a heathen. Yeah. All right. So before we get too much into anything tonight, we need a prayer request.
I'm not feeling because you got wires hooked up.
Mr. Buddy, welcome.
Yeah. Prayer request. Keep Kate and her family in your prayers. She will more than likely not be here tonight. As many of you know, her stepdad, which she calls dad, was very ill. He's been dealing with some dementia. He's in his 90s, and he passed away late last night. So keep them in your prayers. She just lost David back in November, and this is another loss. So definitely a rough time for Kate, but she is truly a survivor. She is a woman of faith and carries it very well. She is definitely an example to live up to learn from and live up to.
Well, hello, Katie.
Look up to.
Crazy Cajun. I just got the notification that you were going live. Did you decide not to, or are you live streaming us on your channel? That's weird. Oh, she is live. All right, then.
So you're telling me you have nothing better to do than to stream us while streaming you?
Yeah, definitely prayers for Kate.
Yeah.
And the family. What else we got going on? Any other announcements? Before we were live last week, Abby got her new car, so that's not news.
We finally got our OnStar hooked up.
Yeah, after more than a week, we finally made the phone call to get all that done. That's the OnStar in her new car, so that she can have all crash detection and all that.
We went ahead and did the crash detection just in case.
Right.
Love you, Abby. Faith will always see us through the dark, saddened times. Exactly. Yeah. And Kate's faith hasn't wavered. She is a strong woman, but she's dealing with a lot. So, definitely keep her in prayer.
Kiri, I see your comment there. Sorry to hear that, and don't worry about it. No problem.
Yikes. Well, definitely putting Kiri on the prayer list because that just sounds like it hurts. A sprain is worse than a break, is what I've heard. So,
Little Frenchie, good to see you.
are we ever gonna get a break in the rain? We haven't had too much. We've gotten enough. We've gotten enough. I think we're finally caught up, but the pond is finally full again. Uh, the humidity
Hey,
is here. It's very much so here. Send the rain to Lippy. I don't think they've gotten anything. There's a lot of people still in a drought. I don't know that the Dallas area has gotten much rain either. Last I talked to Rachel, their grass is dead. Like she did a video chat with me. They have no grass. It looks like winter. It's weird. Right. Still no rain.
Hey,
yet
Michigan
for the month.
Daffodil.
Yikes. Michigan Daffodil is here. She's going to be listening while she does dishes. She can come do my dishes. Although I don't think we even have any dishes. Abby did them all.
This I can't share everything. we'll get taken off of YouTube real fast. I'm on the Telegram app, and I follow some channels that Telegram is not a censored platform like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and there's things that come in on that app, and I'm just like, it the mainstream media at best tells half truths. I'm just gonna say it like that. Drops welcome.
Little Frenchie in Big Texas says we had a big storm last night in Houston, first time in a long time, but nothing north and east in Texas. God, it's crazy.
So I did see today that the CDC.
Oh, Michigan Daffodil said her dishes are done, so she can chat now.
Oh, nice.
She's been released.
The CDC is lifting all of their COVID recommendations.
Restrictions.
No, the CDC can only recommend.
Okay, whatever. Sorry.
We need to get some things right. Like we need to stop calling Congress leaders and refer to them as the public servants that they are, that they should be.
Not for a walk, but listening.
Tinker's wife, welcome.
What's the temperature like in your area, Patty?
Well, in fact, why doesn't everybody chime in?
There you go. Share what your temperature is.
Rough location and temperature.
Has it been raining? Has it been cloudy? We have been fortunate here. Our temperatures are a little lower because we've had some cloud cover in the afternoons. So it's not near as bad on the air conditioner, but it's still kind of warm in here.
Too hot and humid. So what state are you in, little friend? I'm just kidding, obviously.
Look,
just kidding.
You really almost got a look.
Chilly in 72. That's nice. I would love that.
Okay, we all need to have Michigan Daffodil share her temperatures with us.
Yeah.
94 and hot in New York. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll take a 5-gallon bucket of chili at 72.
Yeah. Low 80s, high 70s. Didn't hit us very much.
Yeah, tend not to trust any 3-letter agencies. Yep.
Lippy 93 and
Sure.
69% humidity. Our humidity here today is 84%. And I only know that because I just shared it with Michigan Daffodil in the private chat because she sent me a picture of her a beautiful 72-degree temperature, and I'm thinking, yep, I'd love to have that right about now. California is 94, dry, yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting a good bit of rain here. Oh, look, I just got a notification on my phone. Lightning detected near Lake Charles.
Why is it still showing you in Lake Charles?
It takes a while to update. I'm not sure why.
That's a while because you've been home all day.
You
Been
can
home
switch
since
it yourself.
6 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
I don't know why you don't do that.
Because that would be smart.
Oh, supermoon tonight. I didn't realize that. Did you say that? I was talking about the lightning. So.
No, when we were talking on the or
Oh.
okay, I was talking on the porch and you weren't listening.
Oh, when I was trying to read catch up on my telegram. Yeah.
Lippy says hello, Miss Abby. 84 in Northern California. Somebody said 94 in California. Isn't that crazy? How like
California is a big ass state.
Yeah.
well, I know,
Sorry.
but Northern California you would think is cooler.
Right. It's not.
No, it's hot as Hades up in that freaking upper corner where Patty's at in Oregon. It's hot up there.
Drop says 91 and 31 humidity.
I can't even get 31% in my house with a dehumidifier.
Well, the central air and a dehumidifier. Yeah.
We're holding at about 43 with the dehumidifier. 43% inside the house.
96, 23% humidity. Yikes.
Must be nice.
Michigan Daffodil says, you tell him, Abby. So, speaking of three-letter agencies, I'm sure you guys saw or heard what happened on Monday.
Katie says hello.
The FBI
Your
raided
sister.
former president's home. Whether you like the guy or not, that's pretty messed up because he was fully cooperating. And there was no reason for that to happen.
I agree, Drops.
But that goes to show you how weaponized the government has become. And hence the thumbnail where Donald Trump said that. He said, they're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. And it's becoming more and more apparent every single day.
Raid is the wrong word according to the mainstream.
Oh, what is the mainstream calling it? Because
It was a search or whatever because they had a warrant. They had a search warrant.
from what I understand, they had a warrant, but they refused to show it or present the warrant. They held it up for people to look at from 10 feet away. Trump's lawyers were on scene or on the premises, and they didn't.
Is it raid and insecticide?
They didn't hand over a copy.
Really?
Of the it was all done so unlawfully.
Wow. Maybe he's asking how I'm assuming you're asking about Abby. Abby is doing pretty well. I think all the soreness is gone. She has her new car, and she got a 2023 Chevy Trailblazer. And as of today, she finally has OnStar on it. But she is back to driving herself back and forth to work. Hallelujah. So
Yeah.
The mom taxi is done.
You guys in the comments are adding in some good facts there. An Epstein connected judge is the one who signed off on the warrant. That is correct. After it was all over with, Nancy Pelosi, in part of a comment, said, "No one is above the law, not even a former president." And I would like to add to that, not even a former first lady who served as Secretary of State and deleted 33,000 emails and smashed a cell phone with a hammer. Or how about everybody on
Y'all getting him started.
Ghislaine Maxwell's client list? Or maybe...
Hi, Reagan. Coffee's ready.
Maybe the current president's crack smoking son. Maybe.
Who can read at 10 feet? This was a raid by the attorney himself. Just who accused himself of a lawsuit last year. Wow. I need a refill.
Yeah, so what was it yesterday? I think Trump was scheduled to he was scheduled to appear in court, and he pled the fifth. And immediately, I've got some other side of the fence friends on Facebook, and immediately it was, well, he said that Trump said anybody who pleads the fifth, or I forget the exact quote, but basically was, you don't need to plead the fifth if you're innocent. Or he phrased it as a question. Why would you plead the fifth if you're innocent? Well, then he made a statement and said, well, now I understand why someone would plead the fifth if they're innocent. Prepping for life, welcome. It should, yeah, it should. Well, I wouldn't say be fearful. I'm not trying to spread fear by any means, because when you're prepared, you shouldn't be scared. We prepare so that we are not scared.
What was that saying that we saw today? The other side of fear is freedom.
Yeah. We heard that in a movie that we watched today, finally. And the movie was 2,000 Mules. We finally got around to watching that.
Sorry, Reagan. We have coffee. We'll still be live when you get here.
And now I'm getting a little more edgy and saying things that I normally wouldn't say on YouTube, because I believe that eventually, and it may be sooner than later, eventually these mainstream platforms like YouTube, Google, Facebook, Twitter are going to go bye-bye. And when they do, you can bet Truth Social, Telegram, Rumble, those are going to be platforms that take the places.
Michigan wants to see it, but won't pay the $30. We didn't pay anything to see it.
I found it for free. I'll share the link with you. It was. Let me see. Maybe I can share the link here in the chat. That might be the thing that
Lippy said June 3rd he allowed 3 FBI agency and allowed them to search anything and said on record, whatever you need, I'll help you. So now we raid in the middle of the night.
All right. That's where I found the movie for free. You talk about have to jump through some hoops to find that movie, to actually watch the movie on Google, or using Google to search for it, because there was a laundry list of, well, this article debunks it, and this article fact checks it, and blah, 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 whatever.
There was a fact check on Facebook the other day it was a post from the Louisiana Attorney General's office.
Y'all look, Jeff Landry.
He posted it.
Louisiana's Attorney General Jeff Landry don't play.
He posted it, and it was like, this was my own quote. How can you fact fact a quote from yourself?
Like at the beginning, or when COVID was early, when people were still trying to post about their own experience, they were being fact checked and being removed from platforms by giving their own experience.
Yeah.
Well, you just fact checked my life. What the hell?
I deleted Facebook long ago. I use MeWe now. I don't like
MeWe.
I don't like the MeWe app. I don't like it.
I respect you for deleting Facebook though.
I do. Okay, I say that I use Facebook. I use Facebook to keep in touch with family and friends and things like that.
That's why it took us so long to watch it.
But I don't post a lot on Facebook, and when I do post, it's usually, about Abby's wreck or Abby's new car, things of that nature. It's about what's going on in life, and I just kind of read everybody else's drama.
Well, 2000, yes, they fact check movies, especially conservative based movies. Yes, I would not be surprised if someone out there is fact checking Christian movies. That's the world we live in. But this 2000 Mules is a documentary, in a documentary style at least, and they talk a good bit about geo tracking, where they can pinpoint like where cell phones are.
Lippy, I understand because I have to keep him in line quite a bit.
And one of the fact checks, somebody came out and said, well, you can't pinpoint that, that accurately where a cell phone is.
Have these people ever watched FBI, CSI?
DoorDash came back and was like, yeah, yes, you can. We've been doing it.
They've been doing this stuff for years.
And we make a little side money with DoorDash and Uber Eats and another company called Shipt. Well, Shipt doesn't do like tracking, but for sure DoorDash and Uber Eats do, and it's spot on. Yeah.
I found out today we can get Grubhub for free through Amazon Prime.
Nice.
For a year. So now I gotta look at that. Are we raining again?
Heavy rain near Lake Charles. It's still showing me Lake Charles.
Well, that might mean that it's gonna rain here in a little while. That's cool because we could use a little bit of rain. We don't need a whole heck of a lot, but man, it cools things off so nicely.
In essence, let me give you my my view of what the whole raid thing was about. First of all, Trump's always 2, 3, 4 moves ahead. So if they found anything, it's probably evidence on somebody else.
Well, no, that's what
they didn't want to find.
What somebody was saying. It June 30 allowed them to go in. That could have been time for them to put something.
No, that's possible. But I really believe that it's gaining. It has so much attention because they are trying desperately to trigger our side.
Exactly. Suburban Hillbilly. Amazon will tell you when your package is 10 stops away and you can see where the truck is. When I had that stuff shipped to Rachel, because she's in a big city. Mm-hmm. We're out in the boonies, so they don't give us the tracking information like that. It was delivered or it wasn't delivered. But I could literally, it sent me the map and I could watch the truck go down her street. And I was on the phone and I was like, oh, go look outside. Go look outside.
Well, I can promise you there is a very, very, very desperate attempt by those corrupt individuals in charge right now to delay or even prevent the midterm elections in November, because they know that they're about to have the power stripped from them. They know.
There are ways to hide yourself from being tracked. It's hard, but it can be done. My thing is, why? I'm not doing anything wrong. If they really want to know where I'm at, then whoever's on the other end of that thing watching that poor little blue dot not move has got a really boring job. That's like,
how can you watch so much Survivor in one day?
Shut up. Okay, when it's raining, it happens. But seriously, I mean, I'm home. I'm cleaning. I'm doing yard work. I'm watching TV.
Yeah, I saw that, Mayberry. I'm wondering if that might be a false flag. It's very convenient, or else it's just one idiot.
Thank you, Reagan.
That's another thing. Keep an eye out. Be aware. The false flags are coming, I'm sure. They thought January 6th was going to do it. All they want is to provoke us to violence. Don't fall for it. That's what they want, so that they have a legit reason to take away our Second Amendment. And once we give that up, it's over with. America and Americans with the Second Amendment are the last stand for true freedom on this entire planet.
Right. If you have a phone, you're being tracked.
Hey, Christy.
Exactly. And I've had people tell me, oh, your security cameras, because I have one in the living room. I do. And it's not really a security camera as much as it is when I leave. I use it to kind of keep tabs on the dog, just in case anything,
CCTV.
Basically, right. People have said, oh, your cameras can be hacked. Then they're bored. If they really want to watch me sweep, mop, vacuum, wipe counters, and fold laundry. I mean, somebody's really freaking bored.
They really want to see who won that season.
Shut up. He keeps messing with me about watching Survivor.
I'm kidding. Yeah,
but y'all got to understand. He sat in the chair next to me the other day, and I had paused it for something, and first thing out of his mouth, "You gonna come back and watch this?" I kind of got hooked.
She drugged me in.
I need to see who won. Really?
We're cutting up though. It's so hot right now. It's miserable to do anything outside, especially midday.
Yeah.
We got out and I finally got out and cut that tree out of the way of the internet the other day. Amy saved my life though.
Only to find out that there's another tree beyond it.
We had to cut through tall weeds and stuff to get to the tree that needed to be cut. And right
He's
when
like,
I was
"Oh man,
almost,
these stink bug things are getting after me." I was like, "Brett, move! That's not stink bugs." And I took off running.
I was about to smack a wasp nest with it. Yeah, it was right there. I mean, could have been bad.
I got stung the other day because he put down a rabbit box on top of the tiller that I just happened to be standing next to with a huge freaking wasp nest on it, and they came after me. I have not checked on the Alone show yet because I have a lot of seasons of Survivor to finish. A lot. But I have a note on my marker board to look that one. But I think that one you can only watch through Discovery Plus. I'm not sure. So I may have to do away with one of my streaming apps and get another one for a little while. That's what I normally do.
I didn't know that the collapse of society would be so excruciatingly slow. Because it's happening. We've been at it for over 2 years now.
Consider how much nowadays you never know if it turns on. Oh Lord. Yeah, I see. I purposely don't read some of these online out loud.
Now see,
I can't even talk right tonight.
With the CDC canceling the CDC canceling the COVID restriction or recommendations. I don't know. In my mind, I'm always kind of sketched out. I'm thinking they're either making room for monkeypox or climate change or both. They are not going to release emergency powers. It's not going to happen. Life will never go back to pre-2020. I said that from the beginning of 2020. A lot of us have.
Yeah, but y'all, this monkeypox thing is getting outrageous.
Right.
It really is.
You're right, prepping.
I know there was a lady the other day trying to get on an airline that had eczema on her hand, and they refused her to get on the flight because it could be monkeypox.
So now we're back to biblical times with lepers. That's what it sounds like. But you know what? Jesus touched the lepers. Nobody else wanted to.
So, but it feels like it's picked up speed and become unstable. Yeah, I agree with.
See, I haven't looked into the monkeypox thing enough, but Amy told me that you had Michigan Daffodil. You had sent her something.
No, that was on Facebook.
Was it?
See how well he listens.
I try.
I read the entire comment to you on Facebook.
I thought it was from.
No.
Well, you were chatting with her at the same time. Then.
It was shortly after that.
You confused me on purpose.
Oh, okay.
You did this. Finally tired of beating that dead horse. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid. And the more they talk about these, what was it? Solar flares.
Yeah, it's almost like they're
amping
gearing us up to believe that whatever they do, that they blame on solar flares. We're just like, oh yeah, that was totally solar flares. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I'm sure. 3 guesses, but I only need one, right, Gil?
Yeah. Well, there's what, three or five people in Louisiana with monkeypox. They're all in New Orleans, or the New Orleans area. Hello.
I love the fact
Right,
that
they're grooming the solar flares for years. That's what bothers me. But they're ramping that up here lately. I'm seeing mainstream, like our local NBC News, is putting out things now about solar flares and weather changes, and it's hot, but it's hot here every year. It just this year happened to be hot and dry, so it sucked a little worse.
yeah, and we're getting bent over by our friggin' uh,
Electricity.
electricity supplier.
Yeah, well,
Not as bad as some people though. Some people their bills are just out of this world. Ours isn't too bad. It's going up, and it doesn't seem quite right as far as the usage.
Yeah.
Now they have these digital meters, and they're supposed to be trustworthy and unhackable, and I'm wondering if they're made by Dominion.
Okay.
Monkeypox has a 3% fatality rate. Yeah, and there's like a handful of cases right now.
Solar flares are an 11-year cycle. Last one
John.
was 11 years ago.
Heirloom permaculture.
Ah, okay. See, that makes more sense then. My bill doubled over this time last year, almost my mortgage payment. Suburban, where are you at?
Who's your supplier?
Yeah.
Is it Entergy Gulf States? Ours is Entergy Gulf States, but there's other divisions of Entergy as well.
Or ours is not. It's called Entergy Louisiana now.
Oh,
The whole corporation is in Entergy Gulf States, but it's then you have Energy Mississippi, you have Energy Louisiana.
Georgia Power.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that out. There's Georgia Power.
Oh my God, Lippy.
Jeez.
Okay, but see, I think that electric company, they buy electricity from Entergy.
Yeah, that's like around here. They've got Jeff Davis Co-op, who gets their feed from Entergy.
And
Town of Welsh.
Even still, though, the co-ops bills have not gone extremely high. They're going up, but they haven't gone up near as much.
Yeah.
585. That's crazy,
It's the
Lippy.
end
That's
of the
just
world
you and
as we
Buddy.
know it.
There's no way.
How about We're Not Gonna Take It Anymore by Twisted Sister?
Okay. I refuse the digital meter. I'll take a picture. I take a picture of the reading every month. They did estimates because they're too lazy to send a person out to read. Wow.
God. Wow.
Yeah, our storm restoration fee that was supposed to be like $8 a month, a flat rate $8 a month fee, is now based on your usage. So we've been fortunate. Ours was only like $25. I've seen bills from other people that it's like $100, $50, $75.
Wow, John.
Reagan, oh my God.
Gee.
Holy.
It's unbelievable. There's a group on Facebook that has over 30,000. Last I checked, it had over 30,000 members, and it was Entergy.
Stop Energy.
Stop Entergy. Price gouging, whatever.
Yeah. 3,500 square foot home never got this high. A 1,700 square foot home is crazy. Got a new unit.
You know what it is? They're doing everything they can to make us rely on the government.
See, okay, Reagan said they called him and said he's using 100 kilowatt hours a day. Something is wrong. See, I don't get it. I really don't get that. We've never used this much electricity, kilowatt usage. Our usage is going up and up and up. How is it that our usage is going up when I've literally unplugged everything in the house and I'm sitting in a dungeon? No lights. The
So-
blinds are closed. The AC is set on 78.
Drops, you're about to spend $7,000 on solar. Speaking of that, our solar system, we're in the waiting period.
We're waiting on permits.
Right.
And an engineer.
Ours is going to be 24 panels and 2 in-phase batteries.
He said solar system, and I don't know why. But my mind went to like
We're buying planets,
stars,
yes.
and I was like, huh. And then you said you're waiting on permits. I was like, what?
So yes, we're going to keep you guys updated on that. Once we start really moving things along, I'm hoping to take the time to do videos on that and not just mention it in our live streams. And once it is installed and we know that we're happy with it, then at that point we're going to start passing out referral information.
Right.
You built your own. I'm just not that wise, not that smart.
Well, it's not that, is you don't know enough about the solar, electrical and stuff. It would take a lot of time to research that.
Right.
To be able to do it ourselves.
I'm just not ready to take that plunge. There is a lot of stuff around here.
Our shed permit is a 2-week wait.
Fed office. You need a federal permit for shed?
See, we go to the police jury to get it. That's what I don't understand is why we're waiting on permits. Because if I need a building permit here in Jeff Davis Parish for a shed, I go to the police jury office and they're going to tell me how much that permit is. I'm going to give them the money, sign a piece of paper, and they're going to give me my building permit.
Well, to be fair though, we haven't
Up to certain square footage.
We haven't needed any permits since way before COVID. So
right.
There is so much that either COVID did cause a problem. No, well, let me straighten this out. COVID did not shut down our country. Our politicians did. They just used COVID as an excuse.
Okay.
That's not to say COVID isn't real, because it is. I know people who have had it, and regardless, they used it as a serious opportunity. Lots of people did.
How about a permit for a light pole set up to 3 months? What light pole? Like for a security light? You need a permit? We just dug Davis.
The governors are the ones that shut things down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Louisiana is a red state with a blue governor. Go figure.
No, Louisiana is a red state with a moron governor. Let's get that right.
Okay.
To get power pole. Oh, okay. See, we didn't need a permit for the power pole. Did we? No.
What power pole?
For the electrical pole.
That was part of, we developed this whole property all at once, so I'm not sure what was
included. Well, no, but Darlene and them just did that. Well, she didn't put in a power pole.
She didn't put in.
Okay, so no. Be careful on that secondary power source, because if you have a second meter, I found out from one of the people on the Entergy group on Facebook, a second power electrical box with a meter, even for a shed or anything like that, is considered a commercial building. So you pay a commercial price instead of the residential price.
Wow.
So be careful with that. Keep an eye on that. Make sure that you can put it as a residential building.
Amy Bodo says, we the people allowed them to shut us down, in my opinion. You're absolutely right, and I don't see it happening again. Not anytime soon, anyway. Generation X, they should have waited for us to get off the planet, because we are not having it.
They assume people are turning AC temperatures down due to high temperature. Call and fight. My bill doubled. I've been here 3 months. Yeah. See,
cool.
They might be assuming that people were turning their ACs down. Mine went up. Y'all, I'm sitting in here sweating. Well, I got a fan on me.
They can assume my whole ass. They need to come out and read this thing and make sure that I'm paying for what I use and not just.
Well, so far, I'm keeping track of the meter every day. I go out there at close to the same time, and I'm taking a picture, and I'm keeping track of the meter usage. I have to wait until the 15th when they do their meter reading again to make sure that we're using accurate. But ours is showing that it's going down. since we started adjusting. But they tried to tell me, the last bill tried to tell me that we were using 80 something, 87 kilowatts per day. There ain't no way.
Up, we see we knew she knew because she had just pulled. She had just pulled all of the whole prior 12 months worth of bills because we needed those to figure how much solar we needed.
Yeah.
And last July or August, the hottest month, whatever it was.
It was July, last July.
The most we had used in 1 month was right at 1,700 kilowatt hours.
It was slightly over 1710.
And since then, changed over the stove from electric to gas, or well, propane. We've got an energy efficient water heater, energy efficient dishwasher, energy efficient refrigerator. We
did away with the outside.
We did away with a whole refrigerator.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why this month we've used 1,800, the highest ever, apparently, according to them.
Yeah, and I'm dying in here some days. When it's 94 degrees outside and the humidity is 90 something percent.
Prepping for life.
It's
someone
pretty
in the group. Now this is hearsay. I have no idea, but someone in the group said that they took their meter off.
Mm-hmm. No, Entergy came out to choose the meter.
Okay.
Because she fussed that the meter was faulty. They came out and changed it. It was reading an error code. When they pulled the meter off of the box, he threw it down on the ground, replaced it with a new meter. The meter that he left on the ground is still running.
Yeah.
It's still.
The person said it was still calculating.
She had it videoed. It was still calculating electricity.
They're taking us for a ride, y'all, in all kinds of ways.
Lady at the electric company asked me what temperature I was running my AC. I told her 75. She said, no, you shouldn't be running. You should be running it at 78 is what we recommend. I bet you they don't have their AC set on 78. And then they give their CEO got what, a $4 billion raise? The man makes literally $8,000 an hour.
Oh, and don't be surprised. I'm not condoning this, but I'm letting you know. Don't be surprised. Aliens is next. You heard it here first.
Well, they already talking about, life can exist on the moon, and they found some kind of pocket on the moon that had an ambient temperature that could survive human life. Yeah, because somebody's going to live in a little freaking cave because it's 70-something degrees in there, but air people.
They need to be checking Washington, D.C. to see if there's intelligent life, because I don't think they're going to find any.
We turn off main one time a month and test to see if it's running. Oh, good idea. Yeah. Turn your main breaker off. There's several people in the Lake Charles area that are turning their power off because they just can't afford it.
Some houses are still empty since the hurricane right at 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're
still getting bills. They're supposed to get a minimal bill. They're supposed to get a minimal bill because you have what's called an energy customer charge just for having the equipment there, whether you have a meter or not. It's like $7 or $8 a month. These people are getting bills for $200 to $300 a month, and there's no one living there. There's no power hooked up. I mean, this is just crazy. The hotness in New York.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody created some algorithm to just calculate an average usage for everybody's homes.
Oh, that's on the app. What your house uses, what the average house of your size uses.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant they created an algorithm to base your bill off of instead of actually reading what you're using.
They're estimating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be my goal. When we get the solar panels, We can shut off the grid. We can completely disconnect from the grid. So I want to see what percentage, how long we can run off of our solar and our batteries without pulling anything from the grid.
I'd like to get it all figured out to where we can, maybe not necessarily in the hottest part of the year, but like, fall through spring, because we have mild
Mhm.
winters here. Just run off of the solar in the daytime and the stored energy in the batteries at night. I'd love to be able to do that.
Yep. Hottest months of the year, you'll see
Hey,
they
Karen?
read the meters 5 to 7 days later than all the other months. Yep. I'm noticing that too. But see, with these smart meters, okay, this is part of my issue. Okay. The smart meters, they're supposed to be able to read it from the office. It's a daily reading at midnight
Live chat.
for the app. However, they pull a main meter reading and it's supposed to be the once a month, but their day is usually off by a little bit. But all of these smart meters read off of their yep, connected through the 5G towers and like cell usage. Okay, what happens when you live in the boonies and you don't have cell service? Because that's not far from here. We have really crappy 5G service here on occasion. So is that what's happening? I've also heard that the new meters are really sensitive to almost any kind of little surge, and it reads it as increased usage. So I don't know. I think we need to have all these meters tested.
The woke green stuff. Yeah. I'm all for improving the way we treat our planet. But we have to be smart about it. We're all worried about cow farts, and when anytime
we're not worried about cow farts.
We're not, but yeah. Any given time there's thousands of airliners in the sky. Private jets even. What is it? Dozens of elite politicians take their private jets to go talk about how we're screwing up the climate. It makes no damn sense.
And the power keeps going out. Yeah. Yeah. North Lake Charles, the Moss Bluff area, has been out of power for days. Like almost every afternoon, their power just randomly goes out. I think this is the way they're trying to avoid the rolling blackouts. They're trying to force people to lessen their usage by charging them ridiculous amounts.
Karen is absolutely right. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Canada recently got absolutely hosed by their blackface girly man dictator. And yeah, I think Canadian knows what I'm talking about.
Well, that's the whole thing. I have a question. Okay, America wants to do better for the environment, and I'm good with it. I'm great with it, really. But when you shut down our oil production and you turn around and buy it from another country, well, guess what?
You're kicking the can down the road. And now
we're still screwing up the environment. It's just on the other side of the earth.
But now you've also got to transport all that oil, which takes oil to run the ships and trucks and trains, and it's ridiculous. Mr. Sparkle Socks, yeah.
We all need to plug in our EVs into the grid. I'm not getting an EV. That's one thing I was very clear on when we went car shopping, because all the new vehicles are electric, and the price tag goes up 10 to 15,000 just because it says EV. Or now I had to ask, what the heck was an EUV? What's sport utility vehicle? Electric utility vehicle.
Oh boy.
How you gonna put an acronym and not explain what this is?
Yep, I'm allowing that comment.
It didn't
Yes,
show up
sirree.
on mine. That's because I didn't do this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I may be missing chat that I
Yeah,
didn't
we
realize.
switched from top chat to live chat, so we're seeing everything. You know,
Mhm.
the vouchers, what was it? We got what, 3 stimulus checks throughout the whole COVID thing? Is that right? 2 or 3.
Heck,
And we used every one of those to prep. We stocked pantries.
well, we improved the garden and we paid off some bills and we bought a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Because I am
rice
an
and beans.
essential worker. I never lost time. Had to still work. Can't put out fires from home.
They don't watch themselves. Middle America ain't gonna have nothing left.
We
The middle
have
of our
to-
country is being bought up by China. Out thousands and thousands of farmland acreage, so that they can farm here and ship the food over to themselves.
Yeah, you're right, Karen. You're right. And you know
Yeah.
that was Trump was calling him out when
Yeah.
he was in office, and that's
Trump's
why
still calling
he
him out.
took us out
Whether
of
he's
the,
in office or not, he's calling him
that's
out.
why he took us out of the Paris Climate Accord, because it was unfair. The United States was not producing near the pollution that the other countries were, but we were footing the bill. And guess who put us right back in? Old Potato Joe. We got to undo all the bad things that the orange guy did. Nah.
He doesn't even know who he is in the mirror. He probably wakes up and says, "Hey, honey."
Yeah, he said, "Old Joe," he said, "I can sum up America in one word." Like it was just gibberish. It was great.
Right, Lippy? And see, that's what I want to know. What size battery will it take to lift Air Force One? When they switch all this stuff to electric, how you gonna do? How well is it gonna go with an electric fire truck? You ever seen those things? They are massive. Okay, you gonna go drive down the road in your electric combine
I see.
tractors?
Canadian says, you know how we can end a lot of this crap? Stop buying Chinese stuff and start and make stuff in North America. It may cost more, but you know whose policy that was? Again, Donald Trump. Move all of our stuff back home. All of our manufacturing back to the States, or at least North America. I keep saying the States, like I forget we have watchers, and I really want to just include you guys. I'll just give you a big hug.
As long as they don't kick us out again.
You bringing up the past.
That's all Sean's fault anyway. But shoot, I had something in my head.
Amit
and I lost it.
asked an assemblyman what powers the Tesla charging stations. No, yeah, I'd like to know the answer to that. Kalina, I would like to know too.
Those things, I thought they were free. Well, come to find out, my dad stopped and looked at
It's
them.
like, what is it, like a monthly fee?
Well, there's a monthly fee.
What you got? What is that? I don't.
You've been accepted into McNeese.
Nice.
Awesome.
Go ahead. I just got accepted into college.
Well, it's the dual enrollment process.
Even still.
Part of it.
No, you are enrolled in McNeese State University as a college student now.
Right on.
By the way, because of that, you'll have to go and get
You heard it here, folks.
an ID and a parking pass,
Oh
which you got to pay for.
yeah.
Ms. Libby said,
You-
congratulations.
You got to pay for a parking pass to go to a college that you pay to get in.
Oh yeah. Any any kind of way. They're going to take all your money.
Abby is going to be taking English this year as a dual enrollment course. So her high school is actually paying for the course, but I guess the state, I don't know how that works anyway, but she's going to be taking one course this semester just to kind of get her foot in the door and see how it goes and how she's going to have to change her schedule. But then next semester she can take up to 4 college courses paid for by the school. So that'll get her foot in the door and get her a lot, a few of her basic classes over before she starts McNeese again next year.
Sorry.
I'm reading a senior this year.
Michigan Daffodil's comment here about the battery exploding. Yeah. You know these batteries, they're lithium batteries. Do you know what lithium is? It's volatile to air. When it's exposed to air,
Do you know what our solar batteries are going to be made out of?
What?
Lithium phosphate.
Well, yeah. I know. But it's really scary to put that in a vehicle.
It is. And do you know now that there's a lot of businesses, especially in bigger cities, they're putting out signs that these electric bicycles and electric vehicles are not allowed to park up close by the buildings because they're catching fire and they're catching the buildings on fire.
I saw the sign. Yeah, I saw there was a picture of a sign floating around Facebook that was these vehicles are not allowed in a parking garage for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, all solar powered have lithium. The newer batteries are made with lithium phosphate.
And child labor. Have you seen a lithium farm or mine? Lithium mine? Those things wipe out entire ecosystems. And then the amount of water it takes to produce the lithium, to clean it. And then the water remains toxic. Volunteer firemen, I know the dangers in cars. Hollow drive shafts explode and kill emergency people. Yeah, I remember. I remember fighting a car fire. I had the hose. Oh, I was a fireman at the time. I wasn't a driver yet, so I was the workhorse guy, and I was like leaning into a window of a vehicle that was fully involved and spraying all in there. And when the water hit the magnesium in the steering wheel, it just kind of did all in my face. It was great. It was not great. 0 out of 5. Would not recommend.
Okay, I can go my whole life without knowing stories like that. Thank you. That's just like dangling from the top of the 100-foot ladder from a freaking rope. I don't want to hear about it.
That was my heyday. I don't do that stuff anymore.
Just think about what's been put in our soil over the years. Exactly. Yeah.
Or into the atmosphere.
Californians are bad.
I used to think Mr. Danny at Deep South Homestead was kind of off his rocker talking about chemtrails. My thoughts on it used to be, well, if they're putting stuff in the atmosphere, if they're poisoning us that way, how are they not poisoning themselves? And I still don't know the answer to that, but as time moves on,
have you met our president?
More and more,
he's kind of fraud.
Damn. More and more becomes plausible. Like I'm still not necessarily convinced on the whole chemtrails thing, but I know that they use chemicals to seed clouds and stuff like that. That's proven. So
they're
who knows?
Using drones to shock the clouds now. I saw a video on that.
Oh boy. Yeah, flashover class. Yeah.
Nope.
That's good times.
Y'all keep talking about that, I'm gone. Can't hide from what falling from the sky.
Yeah. At this point, the sky is falling saying is probably not too far off.
Yeah.
The difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is about 6 months. Well, it used to be. Now it's that window is shrinking. It's much less than 6 months now.
Well, the problem with around here is they do the crop dusters and stuff, and my mom, her garden has been affected every single year with the herbicides and stuff that are being sprayed.
Yeah, because
the garden is here, and across the street a little ways is a giant rice field. So
right,
whatever they spray in the rice field ends up, over her garden. She's constantly out there running around with a water hose, and that's what she said. Scorching the plants with the water during the middle of the day is better than the pesticides and herbicides. So
I find it convenient timing. I think it was really funny how a few weeks ago we were in the middle of a dry ass drought. I mean, no rain for months. And I put a question out on Facebook. I was like, we know that they can make it rain. Do you think they can cause drought conditions? I proposed it like a question. And some people said, yeah, I believe so. Some said, no, there's no way, and I just kind of let it be a discussion. Well, I thought it was funny, and like I'm somebody, but just, was it a week or two later, it started raining, and it's been raining and raining and raining.
Every other day, we're like it's supposed to here. We normally get summer showers, like afternoon summer showers. Yeah. Yeah, Michigan is getting more windmills yearly. So far, not near me. I think the weather manipulation is causing daily windy days to push the windmills. Y'all, they're about to put windmills in the freaking Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane Alley, and you're going to stick giant windmills. Okay, so when something like Laura comes through again, that's going to be giant projectiles.
Not to mention the fossil fuels it takes to work on and maintain the windmills.
30-minute shower every afternoon, most times in the summer. Exactly. And we went, almost 2 months without any rain.
A long time, yeah.
The ground was cracking. The pond was about 2 feet low. Hot. Oh, it was miserable hot. I like the afternoon showers because the cloud cover, it cools off a little bit. Man, it cools off so much faster when it rains.
I'm really looking forward to fall. You have no idea.
I am too. Y'all, I'm usually freezing myself in the wintertime, but this year I'm thinking I'm really looking forward to winter. I can wear 2 pairs of socks. I can cover up with a blanket if I get cold. I would much rather be cold. This sucks. The thunder, yeah, I've noticed that too. It's been thundering and lightning a lot lately.
The 5G stuff, that's another thing that I'm not completely sold on as far as a conspiracy theory. But then again, I haven't really done research on it. So
oil in the windmill,
not rolling it out either.
Right? Yeah. See, that's another of my concern. All the oil it takes for those windmills. We've had enough spills in the Gulf. There was another one. A small one, but still another one. They say it won't affect the wildlife.
When was that one? The one that BP had to pay for?
05.
What was it?
It's been a while.
I don't remember.
It's been a while. We were preparing for a hard winter, praying it's not. I'm really hoping that it's not a hard winter, but.
Amy, we've been doing a lot of that lately.
This winter, we're not running the central AC.
Do you think monkeypox is actually jab-induced shingles? The
media uses the same images for both. Yeah.
I feel like there's a good chance of that. I think
it's a vaccine injury.
I would like to see studies, because that's what I base a lot of my opinions on, because I see the results of studies through Telegram, the app Telegram, and the channels that I follow there. So I'm seeing like the studies on the COVID jabs and the myocarditis, and and just by the way, since we're talking about it, I did see a result lately from a study, and the people with high vitamin D levels sailed right through, most of them, the majority of those people sailed right through COVID with no issues. So vitamin D, get it from the sun, take it by tablets.
That's why we're okay.
D.
Look, the farmer tan.
Yeah. So that's probably why we did so well. Vitamin D, keep your levels up.
I get plenty. Mow grass for 30 minutes and I'm done.
2010 was the BP spill.
Oh, there you go. See?
Deepwater Rising. That's right.
Why was I thinking 05?
All the signs are showing that's for the harsh spring. Trees dropping acorns too soon, and pecans are turning 4 weeks sooner. I wonder.
I noticed. We noticed
could
the
that
leaves
possibly have something to do with the drought? I'm just asking.
Well,
Katrina and Rita were 05. That's right. See, everybody forgets about Rita. Rita smashed us over in Southwest Louisiana.
Okay, our trees are dropping leaves. The chicken trees are dropping leaves already. But I think some of that has to do with the extended drought. And they're dropping the excess. Now that they have some rain, they're putting on new.
Well, I noticed too.
Because there is some new growth on them.
The wild persimmon trees. When things were really dry, a lot of the fruit was falling and just rotting and falling off of the trees. Now that we started getting rain, now it's putting fruit on again. So
you would think the drought, but
like
the leaves are
normal
not
nature rules don't apply anymore. Like nature's getting weird, but
see, we're losing leaves. Just the chicken trees though. But I've also noticed they're putting on new leaves and dropping some of the older leaves. So that's what I'm thinking.
That's funny, Canadian.
It has something to do with the drought, because it's only the chicken trees.
At some point, Trudeau is just going to have to let go. There's no way.
See, Carrie said a doctor was telling folks to take vitamin D back in 2020 plus zinc and melatonin. See, and I won't take the melatonin. I won't give it to my kids.
Oh, what is a chicken tree?
Chinese tallow tree. Sorry.
Chicken tree is just a slang name.
It's a Cajun name for a Chinese tallow tree.
Some people call it a popcorn tree.
Yeah.
Some call it popcorn tree. Some call it chicken tree. It is literally a Chinese tallow tree.
Nature will tell you what's on the horizon. Sometimes, but nature has been really crazy since the hurricane.
There's a thing with the persimmon seeds. You're supposed to be able to cut them, and you can see a
spoon, a knife, or a fork. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Thank you.
Sorry. You were getting all slow to it.
Wow. Call me slow. What am I, dusty too? All right.
Well,
it came true last year. Okay. I haven't tried it, but I see it all the time. The cutting the seed, and
I know. By the time I checked our persimmons, they were all mushy. I wasn't cutting that thing in half. It was gross. Slow.
One thing I know we can still count on is when the pecan, it's not spring yet. Winter is not over until the pecan trees start putting on their leaves. That nature rule has not changed.
Not so far. Our last frost, we will not have another frost after the leaves on the pecan trees, but it's got to be the older pecans. You can't do that with those little bitty the new pecans. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it has to be an established tree, right?
Yeah, but you know how many people I saw in that gardeners group on Facebook with a picture of a pecan tree in a pot like this big, and well, apparently we're gonna still have a frost because there's no leaves on the tree. It's a yeah.
The influx of new gardeners, I'm all for it. But don't be a new gardener and act like you know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand to know it all. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you. If there's a
Or if I don't
there's
know,
a good
I'm gonna tell you I
possibility,
don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
if there's a possibility that I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you. If I'm guessing at something, I'm gonna tell you that. But man, all the time, and it's been happening every year without fail
Mm-hmm.
in the Louisiana Gardeners group on Facebook. Somebody posts a picture of pepper vine, and there's 70 comments. Oh, that's poison ivy. Leaves a 3, let it be. Just to be safe, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a few voices of reason, like that is not poison ivy, that's pepper vine. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, all right, whatever.
That's a strange place to get pecans, but hey, if it works.
Don't use pine cones for toilet paper. Yeah, I'm sure.
God. Yikes. Okay, I have to take a potty break.
Okay.
So keep talking. Get him all wound up, Miss Lippy.
I get all introverted when I'm sitting here by myself. It's weird. We're a little short on thumbs up tonight, guys. So if you're enjoying the stream, please let us know by giving us a thumbs up. A few voices of reason, because most real farmers and gardeners are out there making magic happen. You're right. She wanted to plant a garden. She told the girl with her they need to grow tomatoes and peppers. They bought one of each. One of each. That's a good start if that's their first time. I see that's a good jumping off point. I am too quiet. I know. I always do this. I can't. See, there's stuff on Telegram that I cannot share with you guys, so join Telegram. I'm just saying. It's fun. Good times. We even have a group. So if you're in the Southwest Louisiana area, we have a group on Facebook called Preppers of SWLA. I'm sorry, not Facebook. Telegram. So if you're on Telegram and you're interested in that, I'll be happy to share the link in the chat. What topic would you like? Oh, I need to give you guys an update. The union, the firefighters union that I belong to in the city of Lake Charles, has been doing an informational picket because I told you guys this a couple weeks ago. In case you weren't here, firefighters in Lake Charles start out at $11.17 an hour. And I wasn't going to get involved in the whole thing because I share enough unpopular opinions on Facebook and YouTube. I was just going to leave it alone and stay out of that. But when the city guy, I don't remember, city planner, I don't remember, I'm not going to mention his name, but I don't remember the exact title that he goes by. When he responded with, he responded to the local news station, KPLC, and with numbers for pay, he totally, city administrator. Okay, there you go. He totally padded numbers. He misrepresented data. Just this side of lying. Just this side. And so the numbers that he put out was normal pay plus overtime that people had. He figured the overtime earnings as well into that when he did his average. And he put it out there on the news for the people to think that we were lying about our starting pay. So in fact, August 3rd, so a week ago, a week ago today was my anniversary date with the fire department. And it was my 13th year. So I'm a 13-year veteran of Lake Charles Fire Department. I have gotten 2 promotions, firefighter first class and then driver operator. Some departments may call that operator or engineer, or I drive the fire truck, I operate the pump, I operate the ladder, whatever the case. And it wasn't until my 12th year anniversary that I started making $15 an hour. Oh, no. The congratulations are not in order. These are, I'm just saying, since I started. Oh, you're okay. You're congratulating me on my anniversary. But as far as the promotions go, I'm talking about just over the years. That's the promotions that I have achieved. So, yeah, thank you. So my next promotion, unless I go into, well, even still, unless I go into another division or something, as long as I suppression, they call it the line. It's the guys who actually go out and fight fires. The other divisions would be like training, which I had applied for, fire prevention, there's dispatch and all the different ones. But anyway, as long as I stay on the fire line manning trucks, my next promotion is going to be officer level. I'll be captain of a truck. But yes, very well paid. And I do have to say though, Tuesday night, I wasn't able to go to the meeting because I was on duty, but I watched it. Someone had live streamed it. So I watched I think it was an agenda meeting for the city council, I think. And I don't agree with all of the language that the councilman used, and I'm hoping it wasn't empty promises, but they did say that they agreed with us that we deserve more. They just have to find a way to give it to us. We'll see. Time will tell. We just have to keep making noise and make sure that it doesn't just go away, because it's still an issue. We know it every time we get paid, every time we pay bills. It doesn't go away for us. Yeah, the dispatchers start at $20 an hour. That's not by any means to say that they don't deserve that, because I believe they absolutely do. But they start at 20, and we who respond to the emergencies and risk so much more get paid 11, 17 to start out. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. It remains to be seen. Yeah, it's really sad. The people who actually make society function, the people who actually do the work, seem to get paid the least. I mean, think about it. I am a firefighter and I get paid this. Actors who portray firemen get paid millions. It's ridiculous. It's all backwards. And don't even let me get started on the people who fight over a football and what they get paid. That's right. Teachers are in short supply. Nurses are in short supply. But pilots are in short supply. It's all the people, go figure, it's all the people who were essential employees, and then they were tried to lower the vax mandate hammer on them, and a lot of them left, and that's where we're left. That's what we're left with, is a lot of people got just punched in the face, figuratively. But like for Hurricane Laura, one of the worst hurricanes in history to hit the Southwest Louisiana coast. That was in August of 2020, so right at 2 years ago. Us firemen who were paid peanuts were instructed to man the fire stations and stay at the stations during that horrible, scary, dangerous storm. Deadly. People died, not firemen. None of the firemen died in that, but people did die. Unfortunately, it happens when these strong storms. And then last year in 2021, Hurricane Ida devastated southeast Louisiana. So not to take away from them, that was another terrible storm. But Hurricane Laura, they said the storm was so strong, so powerful, that it functioned like a 50-mile wide tornado. And we were in the firehouses. There was at least one point, where I could hear from inside, like my ears were getting sucked out of my head, but I could still hear the roof coming off of the station. Something broke the brick wall, and it just missed a window by about 18 inches. Had it broken that window, whatever hit, we still don't know what hit the fire station, broke the bricks. But had that busted the window, when all of that pressure can make it into a building, that's when you get the severe damage to buildings. It could very well have, most likely would have, just blown the building apart at that point. So we're very fortunate, very blessed that that didn't happen. Some of the fire stations, we have 10 fire stations in Lake Charles. Some of them, at least 2 stations. The big garage doors, the bay doors. Godwin Honey, welcome. The big bay doors were destroyed. Fortunately, on the station where I work, they weren't. Those big rooftop air conditioners, commercial units. One of those was flung onto the hood of a coworker's vehicle. Fortunately, he wasn't in it. He was in the firehouse. The whole roof off of the chief's side of the building, the roof came off and landed on his pickup truck. All broken trees. The entire electrical grid had to be rebuilt. We were out of power for several weeks. Here at home, we were not quite in the line, in the direct line of the hurricane. We're 20 miles east of Lake Charles. We sustained damage, and we were out of power here at home for 14 days-ish, right at 2 weeks. In town in Lake Charles, I think we were out of power for about 3 or 4 weeks. Some places were longer than that. So I think the longest was like 6 weeks out of power. So it's important to prepare. We know the 10th anniversary of micro. Wow. It's important to prepare for the things that are likely in your area. For us, for my entire life, it's always been hurricane preparedness. Every year, from June to November, is hurricane season.
Thank you, Christian. My birthday is the end of the month, but I am 39 and holding. I will not turn any older. Yeah, I don't want a hurricane for my birthday this year. I'm done with that. So
The
I'm
21st?
claiming that there will be none this year. I want solar panels this year for my birthday instead of a hurricane.
The 21st, August 21st is our anniversary. Let's see, I put myself on the spot here to do the math. We got married in 04, or married for 18 years. Yeah. So
well, that's
you
easy
were
math.
pregnant for Abby. Yeah, that's right.
That's easy math.
So
we've been together for 21.
22.
That's right.
Yeah.
It can't even be 22.
We met and started dating in 2000.
Yeah.
And you were pregnant for Katie when we got married, when we met. And we were pregnant for Abby when we got married.
Yep.
Oh God, yes, the years start moving faster. So we've been, hey Harvey. So we've been here at this homestead for 7 years now, just over 7 years. So
7.5.
and there's 7 years between us as far as age goes. So you are at the age now that I was when we moved here. You know how everything's starting to hurt? Yeah.
So I'm gonna be old and dusty in 7 years. Yeah. So you're gonna disintegrate.
Somehow you're still keeping your hair colored, and she does not dye her hair. The sun does. The sun dyes. Yeah. You get the little sun highlights.
Hurricane Ida, 21 days no power, lived like a pioneer, and since we only hang our clothes outside on the line, we use solar generators and our rocket stove.
Well, other than the heat, we pretty much sailed right through the power outage.
The only problem was the heat. It was 107 degrees.
Yeah.
Heat index and stuff after the hurricane. So we dealt with it. We did okay. Yeah. The dogs did not.
Right.
The dogs really struggled with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was miserable and it sucked because even with the windows open, there was just no airflow. That's the only problem. So but as far as like cooking and things like that, we had a little propane stove, the little Coleman propane stove that I brought in, and we cooked on that. And
that's because hey Godwin Hunting, thank you for very, very much for your super chat. I appreciate you.
Birthdays are on steroids now.
We had the Coleman stove because at the time we were all electric.
Yeah.
And we still had an electric stove, so we couldn't use it. Now when Amy's wisdom, we changed over to propane for the stove and the space heater behind me.
Well, you say Amy's wisdom, but after the storm, that's the one thing we struggled with was the propane stove. Having that small of a stove, we were limited to what we could heat up at one time, and it was warm in here to begin with. But I don't know. I had the weird feeling that we were going to have a crazy winter because we had all these crazy storms.
And lo and behold.
Yep.
The following February was when
we used this.
You guys probably remember when Texas went through the
Snowmageddon.
The serious unnatural ice throughout the whole state. Yeah, we're like 30 miles from Texas, so it affected us too.
Yeah.
Probably not as bad.
People used wet sheets and hangover windows and doors to create a type of AC. The problem here was there was no air movement after the hurricane. It was during the hurricane, but there was no breeze of any type. So the generator really came in handy. We were able to put in a window unit. This year, I don't know. We started looking into the solar and stuff. I had the same gut feeling we need the solar power. We that's an investment that we need to make. and it's starting to look like it's already going to pay off.
And
So
the system that we designed for our needs is it's pricey, but with the two batteries, it's going to give us basically off-grid capabilities.
Right.
It's going to allow us to run the entire house, including the central air,
Right.
without the grid.
And it is an add-on-able system.
Ownable.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know. We can add on panels or batteries or anything like that in the
Upgradable.
future. There you go.
Took me a minute.
But Costco is selling window units. We actually still have a window unit that we purchased after the hurricane.
Right.
So we have that capability, but the solar panels are going to give me the capability of using the AC during the central unit during the day when he's not here to help me put the thing in the window. That was part of our problem, is when things like that, the power goes out, I can run the generator. Hooking the generator up and getting it going is not an issue. It's me having the physical capability to put the window unit up into the window, because our house is up pretty high. So to pick it up, set it in place, close the window down, put the support underneath, I can't do it all on my own. So that was the biggest problem. We don't leave it in the window all the time because we don't use it all the
Can't
time.
put a price on peace of mind. That's true.
Would be bad for it to fall out of the window onto someone's head. Exactly. Yeah.
Wait. My friend designs solar systems for houses. Company used to be SunPro, I think, but ADT bought them out. He is from God's country, Louisiana, too. Interesting. ADT is one of the companies that we had looked into, but we ended up going with Titan, but it's what's the other name? Solar. Oh, crap. Greenlight Solar. There you go.
Greenlight Solar is the installer.
Oh.
That we're going with.
There's so many layers to this.
What about leaving the window unit in? I really didn't want to leave the window unit in because then we have gaps and stuff around it.
We have energy efficient windows, and the way a window unit installs into a window, there's parts, the flaps on the side are just like, they allow the heat in and out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave it like that.
And then too, I mean, is it really stable to leave a window unit in there through a hurricane?
No, not at all.
I may not have a window unit when I'm done, or a house.
That's right.
So
we also still have
the biggest problem is, like, during a storm like that, he gets called into work.
Michigan Daffodil.
So I already know that he's gone. He's out of the picture here, and it's for right now. It's me and Abby to deal with, but a lot of times, Abby's not home. She has to go to work. She's got college now and school and everything. So it's going to be just me. And I have to figure out ways to have things function to where I don't have to call for outside help. I know that at any given moment I could call Joey and him and the boys would come over here and help me. Mm-hmm. But then that takes away from them, and they're prepping too. So I'm trying not to do that.
I don't want a Tesla battery. He told me there was a cheaper option. He said the salesman pushed Tesla $10K for a battery wall. No thanks. If it breaks, I can fix it.
We're not going with a Tesla battery. We did
in-phase in-charge batteries, and they're equivalent quality-wise.
They're actually, yeah. Well, the in-phase batteries that we are getting have an automatic shutoff.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Automatic changeover, like.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
Can't remember.
Is it changeover?
No,
like the changeover switch. They kick in when the grid goes off.
Right.
Basically. I would like
but it also shuts it off to where we're not back feeding.
Well, and that's
it, the in phase. Yeah. It's in phase, in charge 10.
Transfer switch. Thank you.
Yep. The in phase has the built-in transfer switch, whereas the Tesla battery does not. It has to be yet another box put onto the house.
And
So
the solar panels are supposed to have each their own built-in inverters.
microinverters.
Microinverters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lippy said we have a portable roll-around AC, stays inside, and only a hose goes out a window. That's.
I'd like to try that out.
Yeah. My brother has a couple of those. And
if you have a link to the exact one that you have, Miss Lippy, that you're happy with, maybe you could share that out with us.
Yeah, you can message it to me or whatever, or post it
feel
on
free
here.
to put
It's
it in
fine.
the chat.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'd like to get one of those because that's something that I can handle. Because we could build a board that fits the rest of the window or whatever, to cover 10,000 kilowatts.
Kilowatts. What's 10,000 kilowatts?
Probably
if you're talking about
BTUs.
an air conditioner, you're probably talking about 10,000 BTUs. Am I right?
That's bigger than the window unit we have, I believe.
No, the window unit we had borrowed a 10,000 BTU window unit. We bought a 12,000.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that's what you meant.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive though, because the one that we have, the window unit that we have is the 12,000 BTU. It cooled our main living room, kitchen, dining area.
We have an open floor plan, so the living room, kitchen, dining is all one big open space. So we closed off all the bedrooms and stuff, and we ran the 12,000 BTU air conditioner, closed up the blinds and everything, and in the daytime it stayed reasonable.
It was a
but
little
at
warmer.
night, it would freeze you out.
Yeah. At night you could almost see your breath in here. It was so cold.
But it was so nice though.
Yeah.
Because look, after a hurricane, there was tons of work and to be done, and it was solid have to work.
Yeah.
And so by the time
we did laundry every morning.
Abby took care of most of that for
us. Abby hand washed laundry every morning, wrung it out, and hung it on the line to dry it. Which most people say, "Oh, why didn't you do your laundry once a week?" We were gonna do that, and after the first couple of days, we just look, when you're working outside and you're full of sweat.
It's easy to go through several t-shirts a day. First of all.
So we had more and more laundry piling up. It was taking hours to do it if we'd wait a few days. So plus when he would pop in from work and we had to get his work clothes done and all that stuff too. So it was more and more and more.
Well, and we didn't power the water heater. So in the evenings we were just done.
Mm-hmm.
So we would go take our cold showers and then come and just literally chill in the air conditioner. It was just so nice. And you talk about sleep good when you're wore out that bad, and you finally get into a relaxing environment.
Huh.
But I remember
put room darkening curtains over every window to help with energy costs.
Yeah.
Cleaning my property from last year's hurricane.
The morning after the hurricane, when we came back, Amy came from one way and I came from the other way to come check on the house. We met here almost at the same time. And at the time, we had our first batch of meat chickens that we had bought. We got them in the beginning of August. The hurricane was at the end of August, so they were like 3-4 weeks old. They rode out the hurricane in the shed in totes.
We weren't sure if they were still here. Nope. We didn't lose any.
We ended up not losing any, but we lost the chicken tractor.
No, we didn't lose it. We just had to unfold it.
It was twisted and wadded up anyway. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because I came home in my work uniform, my work pants and t-shirt, not my dress shirt. And I went straight to see about these little chickens. well, to check on all the animals. And what I remember about that is because we were having the laundry issues, and there's only so much you can do after a disaster like that. So I went back to work the next morning. I ended up picking the same pants and putting them on. And I remember the whole day riding around on the fire truck. I was like, God, I smell like chicken crap. I'm so sorry, guys. This is terrible. I was so self-conscious because my pants smelled like chicken crap.
Oh man. But yeah, we spent day in and day out trying to get the chicken situated, and making sure everything was taken care of, and all that stuff. And it was 90 miles an hour all day long. And then the first four days with no power at all was just miserable. We'd take cold showers and pray that you could stay cool enough through the night.
Do we ever slaughter our own chickens? Yes, we have, many times. Any advice? If you can, there's a way. I don't have any way to show you. But if you can hold the chicken like this, as if you were just going to hold it, like you were carrying it, and have it like it's facing this way, you grab it by the top of the head and put like this finger right behind the comb, and you quickly come down like this and push away, and you cause that internal decapitation. You can feel it, and they literally flop around like a chicken with its head cut off, but the head is not cut off, so it's not throwing blood everywhere. That's a very humane way to do it, and it doesn't take a whole lot of strength to do it either. And after a couple of minutes of flopping around, and look, when it's flopping around, it's already dead. It's just it dies so quickly that the nerves fire, and that's why they jump around like that. It happens with rabbits, it happens with ducks, everything. But once it stops, that's when you can hang it by its feet, cut the head off, and drain it, and then start doing the work.
It's not a pleasant experience, but man, they taste great.
No. Anybody who's comfortable with that is a psychopath. I have as many as I've done: chickens, rabbits, ducks, whatever it is.
Turkeys.
It's still turkeys. There's still an uncomfortableness to it.
Mm-hmm. I think Miss Lippy and Karen are the only ones here now.
It seems that way. They're the only ones that are talkative anymore, at least. Where's the chat? Done. Are we not getting updates on our chat messages?
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure.
I'm starting to wonder. Oh, there it is.
There we go. All right.
Have any of your meat birds been black skinned?
No.
No.
I'm not sure. There's Jenny.
When was it Kate was there and you guys were walking out in the mud and you both got sick?
That was June?
Yeah.
May
the flood.
of 21. Yeah.
Yep, that's when we had the Lake Charles flood so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was 3 weeks later that we finished off the rest of those.
The second batch.
And that's when I did the video and the canopy.
Oh, God.
A freak storm came out, flipped the canopy up and over the house and landed on the brand new car.
No, it landed on your truck.
Okay.
But
it slapped the car.
Oh, man.
Yeah, then we found out in the process of buying Abby's new car, we found out that we had bought some insurance, so we can get that. We could have gotten that thing repaired, that dent repaired all this time for free.
Yeah, we're gonna get it repaired. Sorry, this thing was trying to find the video.
Yeah.
Ours was back
was
May or June.
don't remember what I called mine. It was like to the freezer with these chickens or something.
Oh, I knew Kiri was here. Don't type with that hand.
No, we have gap insurance too.
Yeah, we do have gap insurance.
But
We
that's
have all
not-
kinds of insurance though. We have
We're so over-insured. We probably make bad choices when it comes to insurance. We're just like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that.
no, I got all the extra coverage on the vehicles because it's smart to do so. We've got the gap, we got the dent and ding insurance, and then tire and rim.
Yeah. One more thing before we're gonna have to end soon. One more thing before we do. We are inching closer to the 5,000 subscriber mark. Miss Lippy, congratulations on yours. I'm so happy for you. You have certainly earned it. We don't do a whole lot to earn ours, but we're still asking.
Don't
so-
type with that hand is the oddest phrase to enter a video.
So we're sitting right at we've got about 150 subscribers to go until we hit the 5,000, and we are still planning our big giveaway. Nanny Joyce and several others have
Lippy.
sent us things. Miss Lippy did too.
Yeah,
I can't remember them all.
I know. Yeah,
People
there's
have sent
3
us
packs
things.
of seasoning in there that I really want to keep.
People have sent us things for a big giveaway, so we're hopefully going to get to that point. Well, okay,
There's some seasonings
We-
in there that's calling my name.
we may deserve
Lippy
it, but we
seasonings.
don't work for it the way you guys do. We haven't put out a video other than a live stream in months.
We're gonna get there.
It's awful.
Well, and okay, what do you want us to video? Sweat?
I don't. Yeah.
The sauna?
I don't like the video in the summer. It's just everything feels so uncomfortable and uninviting, and
We try to be consistent with the live streams, but
I need to just
the
let
the videos struggle because there's so much going on, and it's hard to make a video when you're melting.
I need to take a lesson from Miss Lippy and just let my couillon out.
Mm-hmm. So make it a Halloween video.
Oh, the binder.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still videos that people have suggested that
I
for
know.
you to do, and nada.
Just turn on the camera and go with it. That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
And then Mr. Willie gets in there and counts how many cuss words she says.
Well, okay, I have a
I
saying.
love listening in on
and-
Lippy's live
Prepare,
and watching him count cuss words.
prepare yourself, okay? Prepare yourself. Cover the kids' ears. But I have a saying. Since the beginning, I've always tried to do my best with my videos and make them just better quality. And I was telling Wayne that from Grow Where You're Planted back when they were still making videos. And I was like, I don't want to put out a shitty video or a shitio. That's what I called it. So I was like, I don't want to do that. And I still have such a block. Like, I don't want to put out terrible content. But you know what I've noticed? The platform doesn't care. As long as you put out content every day, they're going to push your channel. I just can't I have a quality standard, I guess. And it's probably unreasonable. But anyway, and I'm not saying that you guys have bad videos, not by any means.
No, but I struggle with videos because, I swear, I get in front of the camera and then I'm like, I forgot everything I was gonna say.
We need to just film everything, and I'll just spend days
Months.
editing. As long as you're real, don't question yourself. Yeah, that's really what we try to do here on our live streams. I mean, there's no going back and saying.
That's part of the reason I want to make sure that when I do a video, it's something accurate. It's something that I've tested, I've tried, I've done. I don't want to put out a video that is, pulling like carrots from
Well,
Walmart out of the dirt.
That's where I struggle. Like
I'll never
I'm-
forget when Danny said that from Deep South
he says it all the time
about
He uses that, yeah.
the carrot pulled out of the dirt with no roots on it.
But he talks about that was their inspiration to start YouTube. Was they watched a video and it was obvious that this carrot was not actually
Right.
growing in the ground. Somebody put it there just to pull it out and show it as if they had grown it.
Yeah, I need to go watch that video. The video could be the test, do experiments, try, fail, and adjust.
And
Yeah,
that's kind of where, because when I'm doing something for the first time, I'm interested in it, so I want to do a video of it. And then when I've done it more than once, then I'm bored with it. So like my brain, I've got this mental block. Like my brain thinks that everybody else is going to be bored with it too, when that's not the case.
Yep. I don't want to be that person that's, faking it.
Yeah.
Because y'all know me by now. If something is not right, it is like written all over my face.
I saw it was a meme on Facebook today, and I was like, I showed Abby. I was like, I have to put this on a shirt for your mom. It said, I don't need a middle finger. My eyes tell you. I don't remember how it's.
My eyes say it all, or something.
Something like that, yeah. So like she cannot hide her expressions.
I can't. I can't fake it. I don't know how many videos we've done that you can obviously tell that I was not feeling it. And I'll have Rachel call me and she's like, so Brett made you do a video today, huh? Or yesterday, whenever it was. But I could still see it written all over your face. I'm like, see, that's why.
See, I'm again, me too. Like we have you, yeah, you're wearing the. We are establishing our brand as Broussard Homestead.
And change my name.
But I'm also considering a potential name change.
All right.
Well, it's been in the back of my mind for a long time, because when we started our YouTube channel, there was a lot of people, whether established or new, that were naming their channels such and such homestead, like Broussard Homestead. There was the Broussard Homestead. There's Stiver's Homestead. We were all coming out at the same time. McClendon Homestead. That's not such a popular thing anymore, and plus people can't say Broussard. So many people.
Amy can't fake it.
So many people have trouble saying Broussard, so they're like, oh, we don't even want to talk to those guys because I can't pronounce them. I don't know if that's the case, but that's the way it feels.
So we can call it Coffee Homestead. I don't know. I thought about starting a channel called Farm Flexes and Fail. Maybe.
Yeah. But see, like, and I think that's where we need to kind of get some inspiration, because we do a lot of what we do is prepping and homesteading in a good blend. But the word prep steading, it's kind of, I don't know. And then, like, if we try to, hey, Teresa.
Teresa's here too.
And like, if we try to say Cajun something or other, well, we don't really have the accent.
We don't have the lippy accent.
Yeah, Broussard Homestead.
Oh, I like it.
So people probably, I guess, people might think we're faking that. Yeah, we plan to do several, I hope, several videos on the whole solar installation process.
I've already told the sales guy that I was planning to video the whole installation process.
Yeah, well, and that's the whole thing. Once we are installed and we're satisfied, then we can start referrals.
Then I will be able to say, yes, this works properly.
Fake news.
And
Oh, what the fake news?
Oh God. Y'all see what I deal with? And that's why I can't hide this. You know, I live with that all day, all day, every day. Lippy, help me.
Oh, Abby this morning.
Oh, Abby is exactly like me now. You know, sarcastic little ass.
Look, Abby's at the age. Abby's at the age where she doesn't cuss in front of her parents.
Unless it's by mistake.
So it's funny. Like every once in a while, she'll get a little edgy. Like this morning, we were outside. Amy and I were outside, and then like
Oh my goodness.
after we had been outside once, Amy goes back out again, and she's like, "It's getting foggy. What the heck?" And then Abby goes, "What the fog?" And it was great.
Oh man. Video of the challenges along the way. That's important for the birds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we have to convince ourselves of. You know, because I'm like, I don't want to do this because then I gotta make everything all neat and pretty and tidy. And y'all,
Yeah.
my kitchen is not always neat and
No.
tidy.
That's why we started out. That's why we started out with the camera facing this way, because the camera facing the other way shows you the kitchen, and Amy was not happy with that.
Because look, I got crap all over my kitchen.
Okay, so let me describe to you what's behind the camera. Okay, there's the instant pot that Abby used to cook supper with. Sitting on the counter, the instant pot and the counter have been wiped and are clean.
Kind of.
Beyond that is the sink, which is clean. Beyond that is the drain board, and it's stacked about this high with clean dishes. The other side, the fridge is clean, the counters are clean, the stove is clean. It has a Dutch oven sitting on it, but it's clean. It's just a little cluttered.
It's cluttered, and I don't like it.
And it's okay. Wait, what's fighting words? It's clean, dang it.
You can video all your shoes laying around the house. Y'all, he's worse than a woman.
Go ahead. Exaggerate how many pairs of shoes I have.
I don't know how many pairs of shoes you have.
And then I'm going to tell the truth.
You have more than me.
Which is?
I have 3 pairs. An old pair of tennis shoes, a new pair of tennis shoes, and my sandals.
Lies.
I've got boots.
I have the dad shoes. I have a brand new pair. I have the little bit older pair of the same style. And I have the really old pair that you used to cut grass with, the same style. So I have 3. My flip-flops, I cannot find.
The flip-flops have disappeared.
They disappeared.
I swear I didn't take them. I swear. I have looked all over this house. I don't know what.
I have a pair of slippers that I need to replace because those things are not even comfortable anymore. And I have a pair of mud boots for outside. You see, you didn't even count your boots. You didn't count your slippers.
Oh,
you didn't count your flip-flops, or did you?
Yeah. Flip-flops are on my feet. Well, they're not flip-flops. They're sandals, but.
Oh, and we have one much older shoe that we use for a doorstop.
The second one's in the closet.
Yeah, so you can't count those.
When that doorstop dies, I have the other one. Oh man.
Oh, and another doorstop is an 8-pound medicine ball that's meant for exercise.
Hey, it works great. Leave it alone.
Four pairs of combat boots. Well, I see. I have my station boots too for the firehouse, but those stay at the firehouse.
Keeping it real, right? Well, it's a whole lot better than it was when we first started YouTube. We had Angel in the house, and this whole place.
Oh, wait, cleaning videos where the house is already clean.
Flippy has 55 pairs of shoes. Now I have like dress shoes and stuff, but those stay put up in the closet because, I don't ever wear them.
I think people
unless
want
we have a wedding or funeral
excuse me.
or something.
Real living, not fake Instagram living. Y'all are real. That's what I appreciate. Well, thank you, Amy.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you. Silly. All right, guys. So we've been on for 2 hours right now.
Oh my goodness.
And I got a shower to take. Yeah, Lori, I'm seeing your suggestions and I'm liking them, by the way. I like. Maybe you guys can keep that coming, like in the comments after the fact. Just like some inspiration, some suggestions for like a potential channel name change. I like to talk about current events a little bit, but I don't like to dwell on them too much.
You know what we need to do? Is a video called Hanging Out with Lippy and Buddy. That means we have to go to Lippy and Buddy's.
I've been wanting to do that for sure. Anyway, we got to get going.
Oh, Buddy's covered in insulation.
Well, Buddy,
Oh.
what are you even doing in the chat? You need to go shower, dude.
That sounds itchy.
Oh, Lippy says she'll come to visit us anytime.
Oh, well, come on. I'll be home
Look,
tomorrow.
okay, let's get through the summer
Yeah.
madness and try to, like, I love to hang out outside.
Yeah.
So let's do that when Louisiana Family Roundtable. Let's consider after the murderous weather is over with.
I hope that's maybe a late fall visit. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be really awesome.
That's
Then we could barbecue outside. See, Lippy brings some seasoning. We put in the barbecue sauce. We're gonna be eating good over here.
Oh yeah. People are gonna be jealous. We'll do a video.
Shh, don't tell Reagan.
All right, guys. Anyway, look, we got to get serious. We have to get going.
Yeah.
So, stay on top of the news without getting all caught up in it. Just try to stay ahead of the crowd. When
Stay
it comes to
prepped,
prepping.
guys, because prep as
Don't let
much
it-
as you can when you can.
Joe's been here the whole
I
time.
knew it.
All right,
He was waiting to see if we were going to talk about him.
we did. Guys, I wish you many blessings. I got to say it like I normally do. Good night and God bless. We'll see you next
Stay
week.
safe, guys. We'll see you next week. And it's Wednesday next week.
It is Wednesday next week. Wednesday. Mark your calendars.
All right, guys. Stay prepped up, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
You got to turn off.
Oh, I had a Lippy moment. Sorry, guys. Love you guys.
Bye.